Traditional fundraising campaigns eventually run into a very real wall. You exhaust your donor base. Asking the same people to write checks repeatedly creates friction, and over time, that well of goodwill can easily run dry. This chart shows exactly where a typical cash donation goes. Notice this top segment breaking off? That represents the 5 to 10% often absorbed by platform fees and administrative overhead before a single dollar reaches the actual cause. But there is a massive reservoir of capital sitting largely untouched. Take a look in any closet, any dusty storage unit or residential attic, and you will find high-quality apparel sitting entirely unused. These are dormant assets. The approach to activating these items taps into an older philanthropic philosophy, championed by Peace Corps founding director Sergeant Shriver. The idea is simple. Teaching a community to fish provides infinitely more long-term value than simply handing them a meal. It is about building sustainable, repeatable systems. By shifting the focus from recurring cash requests to the assets people already own, charities can access a massive existing wealth of inventory that usually just collects dust. Turning a pile of premium clothing into actual money requires navigating a logistical maze. You have to intake the inventory, accurately determine its market value, professionally photograph it, create the listing, and manage a highly complex global shipping network. An organization like Children's Hospital is focused entirely on saving lives. They require liquid cash to fund operations, not the administrative headache of running an e-commerce business. This diagram illustrates the problem. There is a wide operational gap between the physical inventory people are willing to give and the liquid capital the hospital actually needs to operate. Bridging that gap means building a dedicated extraction engine. Something specifically designed to absorb the intake, the pricing, and the shipping, so the charity never has to think about it. Without a logistical partner doing that heavy lifting, all those high-end sneakers and designer jackets remain completely inaccessible to the medical facilities that could actually use the funds. In July 2026, iWorldFundraising.org is relaunching its platform with a flagship initiative called Clean Your Closet for Kids. The goal for the first year is highly specific: generate $100,000 in direct charitable contributions for Children's Hospital. To handle the execution, they brought in Rusty's Shopping Services LLC. Rusty's operates as the essential operational partner, stepping in to absorb all the friction of the online resale lifecycle. When someone donates vintage Nike waffle racers, Rusty's takes over completely. The sneakers are authenticated, processed, shrink-wrapped, and prepped for international distribution. Here we see how their listing strategy works. Rather than relying on a single storefront, Rusty's uses real-time market data to push that one item across multiple platforms, like Poshmark, eBay, and Goat, ensuring it catches the highest possible bid. By handling the entire operation, Rusty's removes the burden from both the person cleaning out their closet and the hospital receiving the funds. Physical inventory smoothly converts into liquid assets. Curious, running a global distribution network requires money. So how does iWorld Fundraising maintain a strict zero-fee promise to donors while executing all of this? Look at this breakdown of a final sale price. Rusty's charges a maximum 20% service fee, which strictly covers the significant third-party logistics, storage, and marketing costs. Because this is a performance-based system, that cost is only deducted after a successful sale. There is absolutely zero operational risk or upfront cost required from the donor. Once the logistics are paid for, 100% of the remaining net proceeds flows immediately and directly into the hands of Children's Hospital. This structure aligns everyone's incentives. The platform secures top-dollar sales to sustain its operations, and the charity receives a continuous stream of funding without draining its own resources. The legacy model of philanthropy consistently demands that people hand over more of their cash. This approach simply asks them to put their existing, dormant possessions to work. Returning high-end goods to the marketplace keeps premium materials in use while generating capital for the hospital. This creates a sustainable loop, where value is extracted from what already exists. The initial focus is personal closets, but the strategy expands much further. The system is built to scale up and process corporate excess inventory from retail returns and large community-wide donation drives. Through partnerships with organizations like the Children's Miracle Network, the ultimate goal is to scale this operation outward, providing a risk-free revenue stream to over 80 hospitals across the country. It turns out supporting critical medical care doesn't necessarily require writing a larger check. It just requires a frictionless way to put the wealth already hanging in our closets to work.